Today we're going to be trying out the little buff Battle Trance got, so it went to 17 provisions. So we're going to be playing some Alchemy Druids. I just want to try and take advantage of Battle Trance, and I don't think we ever got around to trying out Bride of the Sea after she got her buff. And also Urbian got a 1 provision buff. So this deck has a few provisions buffed in it, so I wanted to give it a shot and just see how it performs. So we are playing Battle Trance. The heal, we're not using self-damage or anything to try and take advantage of this. The heal's just kind of a passive thing. Sometimes if the opponent is playing ping damage, you'll get some value. Other than that, you're mostly just using this because of the makes the Mardrome and it has 17 provisions on it. We are going to be playing Mask of Ouroboros. There's quite a few things we could discard, usually just one of your 4 provision bronzes you don't need at the moment. But we're not playing any discard package or anything. It's still a very good stratagem though. Then as far as the actual deck, we're going to be playing Gedonyeth's Shadow. It's just really nice. It gives you a Crow Clan Preacher, and you could ideally play a second one, then the Rhizome, Mardrome come out. It's just decent value. You don't care most of the time if they Heatwave this, just because you have a lot of tall cards. It's nice to keep it, but the Rhizome and the Mardrome aren't the most impactful chapters. So if this gets Heatwaved, you're usually not feeling too terrible. It really is the Crow Clan Preacher spawn that's the best part of this. These do trigger it, which is really nice that they trigger it, but even enough alchemies and stuff that you don't. It's not like you're playing another scenario like the Night scenario where they Heatwave it feel terrible. Then we're going to run a Fuchsia. This is one of the things we're going to do with our extra provisions. So Fuchsia fits alright in here. Previously I was running an Otkel version, but Otkel did take a little bit of a nerf, and that version was a little more inconsistent because you didn't have like Triss Telekinesis to make an extra Freya's Blessing or something like you'd see in other decks with that play Otkel, because we were playing all the Bronze Alchemy cards. So I didn't go for that approach. And with the Otkel nerf, I think we'll just go with the Fuchsia instead. Just some consistency. You can bring back point slam cards like the Axle. You can bring back another, what's it called? Crow Clan Preacher. And yeah, it's a really solid card. And the other thing is, since we're playing Bride of the Sea, if you ever have this in Bride of the Sea in your hand, you can actually set up a Bride of the Sea combo to play your Giga Scorpion Decoction again, which I've done several times. It's pretty helpful, actually. Then we are playing, Niromancy for consistency. We're playing the Ale of the Ancestors. I still think this is fantastic in here. We're still playing the beers and such, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, this has the resilience, which is nice. It's got the order to infuse. Usually you protect stuff with this, protect your engines. And then if you are up against a deck you know doesn't have Tall Punish, so say you're playing, I don't know, Frost, and they only have the 1 Tall Punish, you can just boost up something really tall if they've already used it. We're playing the Heatwave for removal. I think we need it in here because you do have some insane engines, but you can get outscaled. It's rare, but you can get outscaled. I think we've gotten outscaled by Forgotten Treasures, which is yeah, that's a pretty funny one. But yeah, we've got the Heatwave, we've got the Mushy Truffle. This is extremely good in this deck because it gives you the extra Preacher and it spawns a Froth, which combos well with Alchemy and all of your Preachers. Then we have the Crow Mother. She's for she's for carryover. She's okay. We don't usually want to Niromancy her, so it's really more up to if you draw her or not. She's not bad. Like, it's a decent point slam play. It's like okay, it's like 9 points. And it's nice to have something that makes crows for the Druids, but it's not the end of the world. I could consider swapping her for something else if I really feel compelled to, but I really like her. She's great if you open her early. But usually we don't tutor her out. So, I don't know. I just haven't been drawing her lately, honestly. She's good, though. Then we have Axel 3 Eyes. He is the point slam mid-range play of Skellige. And the fact that he makes crows and he plays a Rhizome, which is an Alchemy, and he plays for 11, he's definitely in here. Then we have Bride of the Sea. So she went to 7 provisions from 8 at some point. I think it was 2 or 3 ago. I don't think we played her then, so I want to try her out. Another reason to play the Alchemies here. And she's just playing an Alchemy from a graveyard with provision cost 4 or less. Now, usually you can hit this on a Mardrome if you play the Snare already, or a Rhizome from Axle or something. So this almost always plays for at least 10 value while playing an Alchemy, which is good. It's good. It's good in the deck. And then we are playing the Decoction, so if you ever want to do that setup, you can. I just think at 7 provisions and her ability to play and then play a one of our Alchemies is pretty good. It's only 1 point less than the Axle play, although she does take a little bit more setup, but she's got more flexibility too. Then we have the Urbian, just consistency. He can play the Ale of the Ancestors. Previously, I was playing, before his buff, well, we were playing him and we were playing the Avallac'h Sage to also get it because we have 3 artifacts. But this time we're not playing the Avallac'h Sage. We're going to go with the Fuchsia instead. I mentioned the Giga Scorpion decoction. I really like having this in the deck. I don't think I played it in the previous version. I think it was several months ago at this point, actually. Just because of the provisions in the deck. But now I think we can fit it pretty nicely, and it works super well. You just kill stuff. Then we have the 2 Freya's Blessings to bring back our Preachers. We've got 2 Mahakam Ales and 2 Froths just to combo it with the Ale of the Ancestors. The Froths are okay value. The Ales are just mainly here for the Troubadours. Then we have the 1 Peller. Now, Peller is an interesting consideration because we already have 2 Mahakam Ales to unlock. And you can always play Grimace, because Grimace is a Druid with a refreshing Purify. The reason we went with the Peller, which I think is actually worth discussing for a minute here, and there's also the Purify on the Crow's Eye, not the Rhizome, regular Crow's Eye, I think it's called, yeah, Crow's Eye, which is Purify and Boost by 4. It's just because of unit minimums, right? So I wanted to play Giga Scorpion Decoction in this slot here, which was where I was playing Grimace. The thing with that is we're at 13 units, so I needed a unit here, so it can't be Crow's Eye, although I think I'd prefer Crow's Eye potentially over Peller. But I really wanted Grimace, but I didn't fit him because we're trying out Bride. I think you could cut Bride and Peller and go Grimace. The benefit of Grimace and Peller is you can offensively purify, like remove Resilience, something like that. And unlike the Ales, you can remove a poison. So I just wanted to have one of those in here, and we had a unit slot left, so I went for a Peller. It might seem a little weird in here, but I think if you want to play Grimace over Bride, that's a totally viable choice. We just want to try her out because she got that provision buff. I think she'll be pretty good. Then we have 2 Troubadours here. You can also Peller these, but usually you play this and then infuse it with the Ale of the Ancestors and then play Mahakam Ale on it. The interaction there is the Mahakam Ale unlocks the unit first, then it is boosted, so the Ale of the Ancestors effect does take effect. You get the extra 2 points, which is why that works out really well. And then we have the Crow Clan Druid. She's kind of the card you always recycle in your hand unless you have a bunch of Preachers out. If you have Crows, you can banish a Crow and then play an Alchemy. You don't have that many ways to make Crows. You have Crow Mother, you have Mask of Ouroboros, you have Axel, potentially Fukusha on Axel, and then the Rhizome off of the scenario. So you gotta make sure you're gonna have Crows when you play her, but if you do, it's decent value, right? This is the one thing that makes Bride look pretty bad, right? Because you're banishing a 2 power token to play an Alchemy. For her, she costs 3 provisions more, and you're just playing the Alchemy without the Crow token requirement. And she's 3 provisions more. But she does have the flexibility to go into Blessing and Decoction at the end of the day. And then we have the Preachers, star of the deck. They are the reason you want to play Alchemies. You get these things out, and they're getting 2 points per Alchemy, and it's insane. And we threw in a Squirrel for our last unit. So that is the deck. Nothing too crazy. Pretty similar to the previous Alchemy decks we've played with a couple adjustments that I think will make it better. Let's go give it a shot. I've been trying out a few games with this, and it's been pretty fun so far. Neophyte, because I can't read that once again. Uprising. So some Uprising Witchers, I think, have been fairly popular and successful lately, which is something we might try out, because we haven't done a Northern Realms deck yet this season. I was thinking about doing something like this. But it'll be interesting to see what this guy's doing and see if we get any ideas from him. So let's see. We have the Druid. I don't like these normally opening with them, because you don't have the Alchemies normally set up. We like playing Troubadours here. It's going to be a Sirinova deck, so Peller makes sense to keep. The only thing with keeping Peller is we don't really have... I guess we've got Preacher, Truffle, Preacher, Alchemy. Alchemy's pretty good. Go put this back. There's our boy, the Adept. Now, Giga Scorpion Decoction does answer this because it removes the shield and it removes him. So I think this is a good use here. If we can shut down that cycling, we'll be very happy. And there is the combo we all love to see. We could grab our Ale here. Go Ale, or we can go in with a Truffle or one of these. I think we'll just grab our Ale here. Here's a Resilience card. It's pretty nice. I think we'll do the Infuse. We could have waited a turn on the Infuse and just play this, but I don't think he's going to have that much target removal. Probably Mastercrafted Spears, which combos with this to kill us at 7 anyway. It's also potentially, I guess this could be... No, this wouldn't be Military, would it? Just playing this for Witchers. Let's play this because this also has Resilience. Let's see what he's got. We do have 2 more Preachers, and if he kills the Preachers early, we do have the Blessings. So it's not too bad here. It's Mastercraft Spear, right? Oh, no, Griffin Witcher Mentor. I guess there is a possibility of Priestess here. Traveling Priestess. But I wouldn't really expect that.
Man is an arrogant creature.
We could push ahead on even here if we use this, but I'd rather keep it. Oh, that hurts. I thought he wouldn't have the Mastercraft Spear because he didn't play it last turn, but outplayed, as they say. Let's drop in our Axle. We're gonna need this point slam.
And no more. There is but us.
Berenger coming down here. Now we do have a lot of infuses on this Ermion, so we'll get a bunch of points when we play stuff on him. Put one of these on him, just take the value. Whole bunch of points, as you can see there. This guy's got 3 infuses. He's gonna have Atoll Punish, I'm expecting. But if he doesn't, this is looking pretty good. Own Froth. Now, in order to stay ahead here, I think we do use this and this. I think pressuring on even here is worth it if he's playing this Witcher deck. We want to force out the trio if he's using it early. Mastercraft Spear second one coming down here. Does he have both? Let's see. What are we grabbing? The Geralt to kill us? Alright, so we know it's Golden Necker version then, because the Keldar. He chose Keldar over like a regular Geralt to kill this. But as long as we have, I think we're pretty safe here to go in with just more alchemies. Since we're pressuring on even, if he like does have the Tall Punish, we don't care too much, because we just pass. So this is very punishing to him if he doesn't have the removal. Which honestly we are kind of happy about. The only downside is we're playing our Ales before we've played our Troubadours, so it might be hard to trigger those. So we do want to keep in mind that if we draw these, we're going to want a Druid on it to replay an Ale, or we want like a Peller or something. But let's see what he's got. He's down 20, so those gives him several points. There's the Eskel. So it is not Golden Necker. We now know that, which is good to know, and we also made him play the Eskel, which is useful for later. Like I said, we don't mind too much if he does Tall Punish our Ermion. We're just pushing on even, and we did force out a big punish on us. That means this won't hit one of our creatures later. My guess is he just goes for a pass here. I don't see any reason why he should want to play this round, and I also don't see any reason we really want a Squirrel. These two together is nice, but we need a way to spawn the crows, which doesn't work out here. So we're going to put this Froth back. If he pushes us here, we have a really bad hand for it, which is kind of scary. Although the carrying over of the Ale should help out a lot there. He is going to go for it. A little bit scary if we're being honest. We'll open with the Troubadour. With the Infuse. He has the potential to just 2-0 us if we don't play this out well. Our hand isn't very good. Hopefully this 3 damage hits this. We don't have to worry about the Sangreal. It didn't. Sangreal's this, then we get to this dies. I think we have to play the Ale here. I'd like to wait until we play the second Blessing back another one, but I don't think we can afford to. Is this we can't trigger this. We're going to have to leader, I think. So he's going to all-in us. If he all-ins us here, we just get 2-0'd. We don't have the hand here. We drew pretty badly.
The bolt softens him up. The sword finishes him up.
Is what I'm guessing he's going to do is just all-in us. We can't actually play another Alchemy. I think we have to bring back the Rhizome. We can't even bring back the Rhizome. We have to, the only choice we have is bring back Preachers.
We serve her who is virgin, mother, and crone.
I think we have to play greedy here and infuse this again. Potentially. I think we infuse this again. It doesn't matter though, we don't have a ale or whatever it is. If he tall punishes us, it is probably over. I think we do this leader. We have to use it before he kills one of these. And there's a chance he has an Igni here, but even if we don't make these the same, we lose to Igni. He should just 2-0 us if he plays out this, I think. Because this plays for 4 and this plays for like 7. Yeah, we get 2-0'd here. Pretty easily. Oh, he's not going to use his leaders. We still get 2-0'd because... Oh no, we can use this. He had a very easy 2-0 there. I'm not sure why he didn't take it. But we do survive now. Weird choice by him. I definitely would have pushed that there with the Uprising. But I guess he has another plan. Good news there is we have a lot of fantastic draws because most of our golds are in our deck still. Yeah, there's some of our cards we want to see. These are the cards we probably want to see here. I don't want to put this back because we currently have the 2 Druids for this scenario. It's not going to be an amazing scenario, and he does have all of his Uprising charges still, but I don't know why he didn't push with the trio. Weird. I was pretty sure getting 2-0'd there, but he didn't play the leaders. What's he grabbing here? Does he have a Heat Wave? He does not. Usually you don't see it in these decks because they rely on the Geralt control. So we're doing this. That's fine. Question is, when do we want to play Bride versus Crow Mother? I think we open Crow Mother. Doesn't make too much of a difference. We're not getting doubles on this. And Brides bring back either Ale, Mardrome, or Froth. I think I like Froth the best. There's Coen. So he get us with Coen, isn't he? I mean, that's pretty good.
Lady of the Spheres, daughter of the heavens, accept my sacrifice.
See what he's got. He needs 10 points. I'm pretty sure he's got it. But we'll see. Mega Suek is allergic to potions, yet is playing Nilfgaard. I mean, technically we're playing Alchemies, so he should be safe. This is Enslave 6. Yep, Enslave 6. Pretty common deck. This is a situation where I think a round 1 Freya's Blessing isn't terrible. However, we don't actually have anything to play. Like, we don't have any Druids. Hey, there he is. Now, this could be really bad. Thankfully, Axel's in our hand. Axel is one of the worst cards you could ever infuse because it's Point Slam and it triggers Assimilate multiple times. Let's see what he did take. Crow Mother, Preacher, and Druid. Okay, fine. It's not the end of the world. The thing I don't like here, play this, is that we don't have any of our spawns for the Preachers at the moment. There's Jan Calwait coming in.
I shall not repeat Demir's mistakes.
Oh, Niromancy is a safe here. He doesn't have any way to banish it. Thinking of what would we like to Oniromancy at the moment. Also Ermion for an Alchemy. Debating if it's worth grabbing Crow Mother or if it's worth grabbing like Mushy Truffle to give us a guy and some carryover. Go with the Crow Mother here, I think. The only thing that could be pretty bad is if he is holding his he's holding the coup. That's where this gets pretty bad. He is holding it. That feels bad. But the good thing here is now we have crows to spawn for druids if you want to replay bronzes. Bronze alchemies, which is just this one at the moment. We can get some value. He's going to have Vilgefortz for Tall Punish, and that's probably going to be it. So that's nice. I think we are forced to play Axel here because we're falling so behind on tempo.
No more. There is but us.
Take that little heal. We do our second Ale infuse, then drop the Ale. Thing called, yeah, Ale the Ancestors. They're both Ales. So we do that infuse. It gives us 3. Then we click on the crow. It'll go up by an extra 4. That'd be pretty nice. We'll also heal with this. Get us catching up a little bit. Obviously, you could remove this. He could remove this, but I don't think he wants to. Why not target... oh, that's right. I always think he's a soldier, but he isn't. I always think he is. Now, we have an option here. We could either go for Decoction, remove this, or we can go Ermion, grab a Golden Froth, or we can go with the Druid. I think I like the Golden Froth.
Gods protect us.
He's going to Vilgefortz, he's going to Vilgefortz it, but, you know, I'd rather have him Vilgefortz a random crow token now than a Druid later. Preacher. He doesn't get one. He's been waiting for us to play Preachers because of this, but we don't have them. Let's do this again. I think we'll replay that Golden Froth here. Oh, we should have put this different. I thought I was going to take the 1 ping damage. We're going to waste the heal from our passive now. Should have done a little different. But if he's going to Vilgefortz, he either doesn't have it or doesn't want to play it, which gives us a win on even. That's really nice. Really nice. If you keep infusing these things and they don't have a Tall Punish, the Ale really gets a lot of value. It's a Troubadour. That's kind of nice to see. I don't think we need a Peller. Blessing is kind of good normally, but we haven't played any of our Preachers yet, so I think we'll put that back. Definitely going with this. It says carry over. The question is, do we want to go scenario push here? I think we just scenario round 3, play around with the scenario round 3, and just go for the Druids here. Try and push with Druids. He's most likely going to enslave one of these, so we can't bring it back.
Man is an arrogant creature.
I want to open with this one rather than the Troubadour one, just because the Troubadour one is, like he's going to have 4 damage tactics probably. We do want to Oneiromancy, not this round, the next round. Open with the Crow Mother, that's pretty normal, I would say. Go with the Troubadour here. I don't think 1 damage versus 1 damage versus 4 makes much of a difference here. It's not like he has pings. You have to use actual control on it. Or you can coup it. That's like actual control though.
One who is blind can yet see.
As far as our deck, we're only missing Fukusha. We get here now. We do have one in our grave. We could do that. And then we could go... Let's see, how do we want to do this? We obviously want to push him because he's got all of his gold in his hand. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I do think this is a Gedenyith push. Let's also get this one to 7, though. I think it's a Gedenyith push. So if we don't Gedenyith, we're kind of running out of tempo plays to force his cards out of his hand with. And I don't really want to go up against, you know, like, all of his removal round 3. Okay, there's one of them. He's probably going to enslave the other Preacher. Almost certainly. Why make them both 5? I don't know. Pretty sure he could have killed one. Now he has 2. I don't think he has a good way to get alchemies from our deck. He just gets units, mostly. It's not too bad. We could remove one anyway. That's what Oniromancy a second one, so we have a bonded pair. I think that makes a lot of sense here. Let's grab our other one. Now, one thing to consider here is at 6 he has Enslave. I think we'll actually drop the leader here. Just deny the Enslave. Because we don't want it on the Crow Mother or on this. We have to be careful about playing things that revive alchemies. He doesn't have any alchemies, so that's okay. I think we do the 6 damage on this and get rid of the Brothans here. And then we'll do an infuse on... I don't think he has a good way to remove this one. Like, Assassination's 4 damage on the middle unit. We don't want to play into Vilga Force because now we know he has it. Alright, so he's going to get an alchemy this way.
Pay no heed to my faith.
That makes sense. That's really bad. That is quite bad. Don't actually have a Froth in our graveyard or anything. I think we play a Heat Wave here. Because that way we can use the Ale next turn. And then play the 2 Froths if we want, or just the 1. Let's see. If we can win through a... I think it's going to be Vilga Forts, or it could be Artaud. Artaud does not give him a card that plays an alchemy, which is pretty important. So it can't trigger all of these. So the best case here for him is probably Artaud into the Crow Mother. So I don't think he infused... Oh, he did infuse a Crow Clan Druid. And he has Crows, and now he has an alchemy. So Artaud just wins him the round. The question is it worth trading Bride for the Artaud if that's in his hand? I think the answer is yes. I think the answer is yes. Doing some quick math here. If he does play the Artaud creature, this gives us points, we'll go for it. I think we do it. I think this is correct. I think this is enough. I think it's enough that we just go past the Artaud. I'd do some quick math there. And I had to make sure it still survives Vilga Forts. Let me Artaud into this thing. Into the one that banishes this for the alchemy, but I think we outscaled it. Yes, we did. Okay. By quite a bit. GG. We probably should have just opened with the Gedeniath that round, but I wasn't sure if we wanted to go for it there. Looks like that was the right choice in the end, though. XPC 116. I don't know what that means. We'll call him 116, I guess. Enslave 6. Again, pretty popular at the moment. Don't need this. We need to redraw as many cards as possible, try and avoid having him get the Axle. Because if he gets the Torres on the Axle, it's so hard. Because it triggers the Assimilate. We're going to play the Axle. He's going to coup it. It's going to trigger more Assimilates. He's going to get Alchemies in his graveyard. For if he wants to replay them on... If he makes copies of Preachers. It's just a whole mess. But we didn't get it. I'm debating if we just want to open Oniromancy it. That's how annoying it is. It's so annoying. It's probably not worth it. It's probably better to get the Ale out. Yeah, let's do this. Maybe we'll draw it here. We did not. I don't think we really want Peller in this game. Maybe he didn't draw the Torres in his opening hand. He's going to steal it. Okay, that's one way to play.
Speak your mind. To the
Interesting. Not what I would have done, but, you know, I'm just a mediocre player. Where is Ale? The question is, do we Ermion into Ale? I don't think so. I think we just take the Ale. This gives him the opportunity to assassinate this if he has assassination. Or I suppose coded weapons.
A shame I have no time.
Interesting. Good Troubadour. I don't think he has one, like, there's no 1 damage pings to punish us. He still has to hit it with a control card, which he could anyway if we infused it to 4 next turn. The other thing we have to watch out for is if he's playing Obsidian Mirrors and kept him, Obsidian Mirrors obnoxious against engine decks. However, he's not going to have a way to get Alchemies, I don't think. Oh, don't be Torres. Please don't be Torres. I was really hopeful we wouldn't get our Axel hit by it. I don't know what else it would be, though, so it's going to be a real pain. I guess he just goes Torres, like Torres, Torres on this, or this, and then like this and that. Yeah, there he is. I like despise this card so much. So good. Yeah. Okay. There. Yep. Those 3. Called it. Not hard to call because it's very obvious. But oh well. The thing is, we don't actually have the the Ale in our hand, so we just put this out to get the bonded trigger, which means we'll put this guy out. We'll infuse this one. We still have bonded, even if we don't unlock the other one. It also gives us something to revive, potentially. Let's see what he wants to do here. We're going to play Golden Froth, I think, next turn. Obviously, it's also annoying he's still ahead on even. By quite a bit. Vigo into what? Duchess. Yep.
Just a peek. That is all I need.
Still at 6. We're down a lot. Could remove the Vigo, but I think we're going to have more important targets later. I don't want to go too tall, though. We don't have many good plays. Not that far behind. I guess we could just wait on the Froth and then play something next to this in between, but that'd want to be a unit. Let's do it. We're still getting the heals on this, so it's not like no value. It'll actually end up being 8 points still. After the heals from the Troubadour. It's not too bad. Oh, big treason. Now we're down by 16. That one does hurt. How many infuses do we have? We have 1 on you and 1 on you. This is a lot lower. Let's do it on this.
1 for potions, 1 for soup. 1 for potions, 1 for soup.
This ahead a little bit. The healing from the passive is actually doing pretty good work here. One thing I didn't mention in the deck profile. We can revive that now, that's pretty good.
One who is blind can yet see.
We may have to leader. The other question is, do we just go with a decoction? It does 5 and we get 1 point back. That's worth 6, that puts us on even. Do we have to use a leader? I think we have to use a leader here. Let's grab the preacher.
Mother and crone. Reach beyond what the eyes see and the ears hear.
Don't like it, but I think it's needed here to not go down. Not go down a card. Vilga Force would kind of ruin our whole plan, though. Obviously, we always have the Heat Wave on Torres. Normally, it would be the biggest Heat Wave against him, like the most value, but he has the Battle Trance now.
Kill the dog diddlers!
Interesting. So we're not playing Jan, we're playing Roderick. There he is. So this card's a pain.
Life and death entwined.
Really annoying he's got that. Does have an Alchemy. He's going to just trigger this, so we're going to lose on even. Nothing we can do about that here. This is why I hate the Axle getting stolen. It's so bad against Nilfgaard because it lets them actually use the creatures. The game's not over. We do have a pretty strong long round. Question is if we'll get there or not. Also has a target for Bride if he goes Bride. I imagine he's just gonna pass here. I mean, if he wants to play it, he's gonna steal our brides, so we can't, or he's gonna steal our preachers, so we can't revive them. Like, this is just a nightmare to go up against. It's just annoying. We have to grab our scenario. Can't go down a card. And we need to have guys in our graveyard for blessings and things. The fact that he's taking them is super annoying. I guess this is teched against something. I'm not sure what it's teched against, but whatever it's teched against is working really well against us. These some unusual choices. Remedy and things. We don't have another one. But he's gonna get another one anyway. We can't play Axel. I can't play this either. We have to decoction him. Might have the Fukusha, honestly. I hate Fukusha here, though. I think we have to kill one of these off. I don't like it. I think we have to. Otherwise he's like Lydia or something and he just starts getting too many points. Yeah, there she is. Good thing we killed that one. No, he's got it back, and he's bringing that back. You know, let's, I think, well, I don't think. We have to play Fukusha now. Let's grab this. Play it. We'll get this spawning. We have, what, Mardrome as the only choice in Rhizome. Let's grab the Mardrome. I don't want to take up too much row space. Alright, you know, that could have been worse. It was really bad, but it could have been worse. Could have lost. We do have Ale carrying over, which is something. Axel and Bride are so bad for us, it's not even funny. But, it's what we have to work with. They're only bad because of the coup. Once you use the coup, it's not too bad. Alright, we don't have this carrying over anymore. I forgot. Well, if this doesn't die, if this lives, we're... No, I don't see how he can win this game. Unless he just has no golds left, which is unlikely. So he only played like 2. Usurper Emperor. Interesting. Now, you know we're playing a lot of Purifies generally. Like, could be a Gremiston here. It's extremely greedy for him to not seize with us. Okay. Thanks for the 6 points. We're about to see Impera Enforcers. You never see that card. If we see it, that'd be great. I'd be so excited. Like, for real, though, I'd be so excited to see Impera Enforcers here. Here we play... This gets a Rhizome. This also could play a Rhizome. Do I like Rhizome as the card? I think I do. We do this first, in case he wants to coup it. It's like 1 point less than the Axle. That Usurper Emperor play may have given us a shot. So I don't think he'll be tall for a Heatwave or anything else, so I think that's our best value. There's the Artaud on... It's got to be Axle. Yep. All right, we got a heal value here. That's pretty nice. Guess it doesn't matter which one we banish then. Just banish it. I mean, he's definitely got the game. He's got coup in his hand. Coup beats our hand. So Stefan. He's got the Funeral Boat plus Stefan combo. We don't have enough points to come back, so we'll just pass. Our current hand doesn't have enough. His deck, though, is not the standard Enslave. It's whatever it is, it's teched super hard against us. Not against us, but whatever he's trying to tech against, it works really well against us. Because he's Abyss Squall, playing Invigorate, so some hand buff. Now, I'm really hoping this is hand buff Golden Necker, not hand buff Renfrey. Because I haven't really seen too much hand buff Golden Necker. It's a deck I've been trying to make work for a while. I want to see what some other people are working on with it. But if there's a Renfrey in here, I wouldn't be surprised. Because that's usually what you see with these decks. Troubadour, Ale. I think we can force him into a round 2. We don't have much engine removal. So he's probably going to get his stuff. I think we could do a round 2 push where we force out his boosted cards, though. Just normally the game plan you want. Normally, at least. We want Last Say to, like, Heatwave the Torres. Not the Torres, the Torque or whatever is the last card. Grab his Farseer. Yeah, I gotta do 2 hand buffs, then Farseer. Or just 1.
Not afraid.
Interesting. Makes me think it's not a Renfrey deck. Because usually the combo with Renfrey, why it works so well in here, is you want a lot of units for the Farseer turn 1. So maybe it's not. Possible. Whatever it is, I don't think he has much control, but we'll open with this first anyway. Trying to protect the Troubadour. It's always lit up because you can boost the opponent's units with it. Which is something fun you can do with Nilfgaardian Knights. Boost the enemy with the Ales and such and steal the points back. It's pretty funny.
Man is an arrogant creature.
I think we can safely drop the second one here. The second Preacher, and then do the Ale, like the greedy play. I think we can do that because I don't think he'll have enough control. Yeah, there's the Golden Necker. So it's the Golden Necker one. We deduced that by his opener. Ah, okay. We're playing the one where you use Sticky Situation. But these came out in the wrong order, so that feels good for us. This is Sticky Situation. So that triggers when we play a 4 power or lower. Are we going to avoid that? No. So we might as well just play into it. We're gonna play into it. The question is, do we want to do anything differently knowing what that is? I mean, you could just wait on it. He probably wants to hand buff with it anyway, though. Is 4 a turn beatable? Not really in this current situation. So let's unlock here and not play a unit. Oh, it's Serpent Trap. Okay, surprised me. Good job. That would be Sticky Situation for the hand buff. No, we definitely can't win. We have to pass. We can't pass though. It's hand buff. We have to go. I think we have to go hard. We got tricked. Not often we get tricked by traps anymore. But I was so convinced it was Sticky Situation for the hand buff effect. If we're going to come back here, I think we need to play Fukusha or Gedineth. I think Gedineth's too slow, so I think we have to play Fukusha.
Sacrifices must be made. On both trust equally in
I don't like it, but we can't let Handbuff win round 1. It's like how you play against it. Handy Golden Neckard.
One who is blind can yet see.
So we have to get this round 1, which we do get, which is kind of nice. So the rain will get us this round here, in addition to obviously that value. So we know what he's done. We know what he's playing. It's Golden Neckard Handbuff. We have to, I think, open Gedineth round 2. Open this, play the Preachers, and try and force out all the buffed cards. That's how you generally play against Handbuff. We have a lot of the cards we want for that strategy. Alchemy, replay Alchemy. I think I'd rather have a different card than this. That is one of the cards I'd rather have.
reach beyond what the eyes see and the ears hear.
This might die to a Sheldon if he's worried about the push, which I think he should be. Can't be Serpent Trap again. There's the sticky situation. So he's just playing both, which kind of makes sense. For our Oneiromancy, the best card is going to be either a Heatwave for a Tall Punish or a Truffle. But I think we want to hold off on actually playing either of those. We just want to play this and not do that yet. We want to leave that option for a Tall Punish later. There's Ithleen. He's getting really tall. So here, we just go Blessing, grab this other Preacher, play it, buff it. I think we do just keep boosting this one up. We're probably not going to actually target it with anything, but I want to have the threat there of it if we need to. We can with the Bride, but I don't think he's going to... Obviously, he's not playing a Heatwave, so he's going super tall himself. I don't think he's going to have a Curse of Corruption. I think his punish will be from the Sheldon or something. So I think we're pretty safe to go really tall here. Got no bronzes.
Golden Yew, narrow stem, chanterelle, or false chanterelle.
We just leave this here for now. I want to wait and see if we can do another Ale Infuse first. Oh, that's a big card.
Fine. If my coin's ranked to you, go kiss a dog neath its tail.
We infuse here. We're just going to go super tall because I don't think he has the punish. Grab the Froth. Grab the Froth again. Up by 60, and he's going to have to play his tall stuff. There's the Torque. We're going to grab another Alchemy. Grab another Froth. They're playing for so much at the moment. Alright, he's got to play the big cards.
Show me the coin or sod off.
Oh, we keep last say here. We just pass and we keep the last say. That's how we win the game. There's the Aglace. It's 44. That's not enough. He's got to play both of his cards. And he realizes he has to play both, and he leaves the game. Classic Handbuff gameplay there. So that's the deck, guys. Pretty straightforward. We played 4 games, 3-1. Pretty normal record, actually. That's usually what our record is when we make these videos. But yeah, Battle Trance seems pretty solid. You can see how the engines can really like push through a lot of opponents. That last guy, GG'd us. Nice, we GG'd him a while ago. It's always funny when you get a random GG like 10 minutes after the game. Always wonder what happened there. I know I GG'd someone, I think, the next day. Because like, I put my laptop to sleep. Because I play on a laptop. I put it to sleep. And then next morning, I like was busy. And later that night, I opened it up. It's like, oh, this game's still open. GG. And I always wonder if the people got confused by that random anecdote there. But yeah, so as far as the deck goes, you can see the engine potential. It's got the engine power. Now, the one thing you can see is sometimes the short rounds, if you don't have your power cards, can be a little bit of a pain. And if Assimilate is stealing your engines, and there have ways to get alchemies. Well, I mean, you saw that in this game. In one of the games here, I think the third one. But overall, it's a pretty solid deck. You have a really good engine potential. I like Bride as an alternative. Well, basically, kind of like a backup to Axel. She plays pretty similarly. Not sure what else to say here. I just like the deck. I think it's fun. Pellar's the one. Like maybe we do a little bit of Grimace. No, I don't want Basilisk's Venom. What are we doing? Give me back my whatever we were using. I even know where. Did we ever go first? I don't even know what we're playing. Wait a second. What were we playing? Mask. Of course we're playing Mask. Yeah, we used that once. Man. Anyway, so as far as the deck, I really like it. I think the flexible spots you've got are the Fukusha you can play around with. Some of the options you could go there is like Otkel. Otkel is pretty strong. The only problem with Otkel is at the moment people are playing Otkel with Patricidal Fury, Pirates. The Pirate Otkel deck was probably one of the top 2 decks of the last season, and it's pretty much the same because the Compass got buffed and Otkel got nerfed. So it's still a very, very strong deck, probably popular. So people know about the blessings. Sometimes they banish their blessings, and you can't make extras like you can with Triss Telekinesis. We're playing too many bronze specials for that to be a consistent way to do it. So that is one issue, I think. If you want to play Otkel, is just other people are playing Otkel, and it makes it a little worse because people are protecting against it or strategizing against it, I would say. So that's one consideration is Otkel. It is really good though. If you go round 3 Otkel, you're gonna heal him because you're actually playing the alchemies in this deck. You get the healing from the passive. It can be really nice. So it is an option. I'll just wanted to keep in mind. Something else is you can always play Ragnarok, which is kind of funny, but you're not going to do that here. That's not like a real suggestion. I'd say Otkel is actually pretty good. The other option, you can go for more control, or you could go for, what's it called? It's not a Druid. You can play Draco Turtle in this with Mardromes. Yeah, Grimace is the one we wanted to talk about. You can definitely fit Grimace in. The extra purifiers are really good, especially over the Pellar. If you want to cut Fukusha for something like Otkel, you could fit that in. That's pretty nice. And then the other options, you could fit in a little bit more control. Maybe fit in a Vigo's Muzzle with a bit more control and little C's and be a little obnoxious to your opponent. I don't know why we scroll down instead of searching it, but you could fit the muzzle in. That's an option. And then I think that's pretty good. Yeah, those are the big considerations I would say for the deck. Is more control, obviously other cards for control, or just like something else. And obviously, if you want to make, you can. I don't think Megascopes fit here, unfortunately, for the bronzes, because you don't want to be playing non-alchemy, non-units for the most part, unless they're really good. So unfortunately, I don't think that's really going to help too much. But yeah, and as far as the alchemies go, the other one I want to mention once again is, where is Crow's Eye. So Crow's Eye is a Purify boost by 4. It's an actual consideration if you don't want to play the Golden Frost. Like maybe you just want to play Mahakam Ale and get your Frost from Mushy Truffle or something. You can cut the Frost and run the Crow's Eye for your own Purifies. That is definitely consideration. But I like the Golden Frost because, as you saw in the last game, if you know the opponent, or if you suspect the opponent's not having Tall Punish, you can just stack the Ale the Ancestors on something, and the value just skyrockets. So, I think that's one other consideration. And the last thing I want to mention here is the Messengers. So, Crow Messenger. We are playing the Axel and Fukusha and Blessings. So, if you want to run Crow Messengers, you can play them and use the Axel to transform Crow tokens into additional Messengers. And then you've got the 4 Messengers for play later. You can use Fukusha back. So the Crow Messenger option is there. I didn't want to run it in this version particularly because we really want to focus, I think, on bringing back like Axel or Point Slammy cards, because that is our weakness. But the Messengers aren't bad. You can definitely fit them in. There are 5 provisions, which is bad for a thinning card, but the Graveyard Effect is what makes it worth it. And if you want to do that, you can. Then you might consider the Megascopes. But the fact that they're 5, I didn't really like to fit in the deck. But if you want to go like Cut Bride, fit 2 of these over the Pellar Squirrel potentially, and then, you got some room to play there. You could do things like that. But that is probably the options there. Hopefully you guys had fun with this one. I always kind of enjoy Alchemy. I really like seeing Troubadour being played and a lot of different stuff. Maybe we'll try out the Monsters deck with him pretty soon. But hopefully you enjoyed. Pretty fun one. We got some great games in there. You got to see the scaling of the creatures. You got to see the Hail the Ancestors really taking that last game away. But yeah, hopefully this was fun. I had fun, and we'll see you next time. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.